Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Welcome in, everyone, on this Thursday. It seemed like Friday for some reason. I don't know, but went out and did the local vote. Hey, go vote. I know Madison County's got the voting going on, Gibson County, a few other places there, but you got a little more time here, to go out and make your choice on this election day. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the weather. It is hot out there. Enjoyed getting to see some of the candidates in my local area out braving the heat, welcoming everybody to the voting polls today. And dedicated, it don't matter which side, they were all dedicated, and I'm wishing all of them luck. I know only one of each can win, but I really have a heart for all of them. It's it's tough being a public servant. Doing anything in that field can have its challenges, and it takes certain people to do that, to step up to the plate. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at our almanac. So far today, we topped out at 90 degrees, so we're right at that normal high for this time of the year. It is in August. We're sitting here August the 6th. We're getting closer into the dog days of summer. You think of August as being, the hotter time of the summer here. And it's not disappointing, that's for sure. Our normal high would be 90, normal low would be 69. We did come in a little bit below normal at 66 this morning. Record high back in 1956 of 100 degrees. So let's see where we're going from here. In Memphis, looking at the live cams, we're at 91 right now, light northeast breeze going on there. Dew point of 68 now in Savannah, coming in at 95. That's the hottest spot right now. Feels like 100. Thankfully, that dew point below the 70s there, helping to level things out a little bit. Either way, it feels hot and humid, even at UT Martin, 88 degrees, and that 72 degree dew point there. And also in Union City, makes it feel like 94 out there right now. But it's a pretty day. We got just a isolated storm or two that we're going to tell you about here. Most areas will dodge any rain again today. But taking a look at those temperatures across the board, Selmer coming in at 95 as well. We've got Somerville checking in at 90, Alamo at 90. We've got 88 in Dresden, Trenton coming in at the big 90, and Ridgely and Dyersburg checking in at 90 this hour. And let's see, Parsons coming in at 90, as well as Lexington and Henderson. Well, at least we got a little bit of a breeze out there this evening. It is mostly out of the east and northeast across the West Tennessee area, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So if you get in the shade, especially where those dew points are in the upper to mid 60s, it helps out a little bit to have that breeze blow for sure. But looking at radar right now, just a few isolated storms, mainly over in Wayne County. A couple of those have tried to get into Hardin County, but they fizzle out about the time they do so. But there is a very small chance, about 10%, that we could see a couple of isolated showers or thunderstorms, especially along or south of I-40 this evening. Most areas, again, will not see anything this evening. But let's go ahead and take a look at our surface map, and we're going to put this in motion. That cold front, the main cold front up there to the north and west, it's going to get closer to us heading into the next couple of days, and we're going to see more storms developing around that frontal boundary, and we're mainly going to get what we call outflow boundaries from some of those storms. They'll come sailing through here, and that's going to up our chances of storms as we head into the first start of the weekend tomorrow, and mainly overnight tomorrow as well. Not so much on Saturday. Chances are mainly going to be tomorrow evening. We'll be taking a look at that. For this evening, some of those storms getting pretty close to northwest Tennessee, but again, as we will zoom in here in a moment, you'll see it's still off to the west, and it's a low level 1 out of 5 severe weather outlook. Tomorrow, it's mostly well off to the north of us for tomorrow and the next couple of days for that matter. But for this evening, we'll watch that, but I don't think we'll have any problems. Those storms, just like this morning, they are fizzling out in the much, more stable air that's over us right now. So by the time they try to get into the Boot Hill of Missouri, they start to fall apart. But we're always watching. We're not anticipating, though, this evening. But let's take a look at Futurecast, and it's going to show those little couple of little isolated storms possible this evening. Most areas, not going to see anything, but watch here on Friday, and you'll see right in here around 3 o'clock over to the west. western counties, Dyersburg, Atoka, back over to Union City. Here we are in the 6 o'clock hour, kind of weakened some, but stretches I-40. And then here's the 8, 9, 10 o'clock hour. A few storms showing up south of I-40 in the evening as well tomorrow. And then here's Saturday as we're moving through the early afternoon. Indications are that we could see a little stray to isolated shower or thunderstorms. Mainly just looks like some clouds, but there could be a couple of isolated storms in there on Saturday. But this is still going to probably be a pretty quiet weekend for us. Sunday's looking nice and dry. So we'll let this play through again. Let's go into Friday here. Here we head into early afternoon. Here's 3 o'clock over to the west, Lauderdale, Tipton, up to Obion and Lake County. As we head into like 6 o'clock, it kind of stretches along I-40, but watch in here, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, a few, possibly strong storms there in and around Savannah, Parsons. So we'll have our eyes on that. The good news, what you're not seeing is this is just dragging on all through the night. This is going to be kind of moving along with an outflow boundary there. So it should be pretty short-lived for us. So, last weekend we came out good with relatively dry, no storm conditions overall. And then this weekend's looking pretty quiet too. So we're going in the right direction there on our weekends as far as the weather goes. For the rest of this evening, so topping out in those low 90s, and we'll drop down into the low 80s by about 8 to 9 o'clock, and then we'll be a little warmer overnight tonight. In fact, kind of humid and balmy there because we're only going to drop down to about as low as 73 at around 6 a.m. Here's your morning forecast, waking up with that first cup. Perhaps it's going to be about 73 degrees. We'll be about 77 by 8 a.m. It's going to be noticeably hotter, and compared to each hour this morning, it'll be a degree or two warmer already for each hour moving forward. So you'll know it's already going to be a hotter day as you wake up tomorrow. That's going to be our peak of the heat, at least for the work week. And then it's going to drop back a little bit as we get on the other side of this, secondary front boundary, we could call it. As it moves through and we get on the other side of it, we will see a couple of slightly cooler days into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Before tomorrow, that's going to peak out probably our hottest day of this work week. We'll start off in the low 70s with mostly sunny skies as the school bus rolls out. One more morning before we get that weekend, and then we're going to top out about 94 degrees in the afternoon. Shortly thereafter, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we could start to see some of those spotty thunderstorms moving into parts of West Tennessee. I think most of the school kiddos will be home by the time, a lot of that gets going. But looking at our model blend of highs, look at that. They're suggesting we could even hit 95 tomorrow. And so, we have to take that into consideration. But so far this week, as I've explained, it's been trending slightly above what the actual numbers have wound up being. So that's why you'll see my numbers being a degree or so cooler than what you're seeing in that model blend of highs there. Let's go ahead and peek into the weekend, shall we? About 20% for Saturday. Not bad. And we're not looking at severe weather still, and we're getting closer to the weekend. So that's looking great for us. 91. So it does drop back a little bit on daytime highs for Saturday. We'll drop to 73 Saturday night and back to 92 on Sunday, which looks mostly dry. I mean, it's less than 10% on Sunday. So woohoo. All right. We're looking at a pretty stable weekend as we see it right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 7-day forecast. So here we go. As we head into tomorrow, we'll start off in the low 70s up to 94, 73 for tomorrow night, back to 91. So drops back a little bit there, and then starts to step up a little bit towards Sunday to 92. Again, that slight chance of an afternoon storm there on Saturday for the weekend. So we'll be watching that. And then we're going to be hot next week. I just went and put very hot. I don't think it's going to be as hot as it was a couple of weeks ago, but it's going to be close. We may wind up with a heat advisory there Monday and or Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, guys, that's a look at your weather. We'll be watching any of those storms tomorrow evening. Right now, it just looks like a couple of them that could get strong, maybe a special weather statement, but right now, not anticipating any widespread severe weather. All right, guys, have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you back around 10 for another look at your weather. Thanks for watching.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.